after that match with lots of poison on both sides due to toxic spikes, and then the use of toxic, we move on to the other match in Group B, Candice versus George, which might see quite a bit of poison as well. Considering Candice's team is full, literally full of Pokemon with the Poison Point ability. So any contact move from George could get their Pokemon poisoned. And they only have one that's immune to that, which is Ariados.
The Pokemon are softly lit by the glow of the crystals.
George, I think, has one of the highest base stat total averages of their opening two Pokemon. Candice probably isn't too low either. Poison jab, that's big. Might have been a KO on Hoppip if it went there, but it's Flaffy, and it actually poisons Flaffy. A different way to poison.
Flaffy suffers from poison.
That's a good first turn for Candice.
Already poisoned. That's gonna be trouble if this becomes a
As I mentioned in the last match, that consistent damage from poison, 1/8 of the max health every turn, can be very big. And they're not gonna heal it off because heal block is used by Nidorino. Ooh, big crit. Confusion? No. Heat Wave. Mace is the one that's super effective against, but Flaffy, the one with the higher base stats, gets hit. So if you have to KO one of them, you probably want to KO the Flaffy. Flaffy is not going to survive for long this way, but Nidorino is actually taking quite a bit of damage as well.
Hit.
Ooh. Another status that deals 1/8 of the max health as damage every turn. And his health's physical attack.
Its accuracy fell. Nidorino suffers from its burn. This is getting dangerous.
Glare. Alright, paralysis on the Pokemon that isn't poisoned, so good target. They're gonna heal. There was, I think it was a heal block still active anyway, but the HP was also full. Now, Flaffy is on low health due to the poison and some of the attacks on it. But both Nidorino and Nidorino Female are pretty low health as well. And they're crying about it. Fake, but they're crying about it. Flaffy's down.
It's down due to damage from poison.
Slight lead for Candice. Here comes Ariados.
Ariados is sent out. The blue corner.
It's like Ariados is one of those shinies that I mentioned I think 2 matches or so ago, where some of the shinies just don't look good. The Cascoon is supposed to be green. It's just a slight. It's white with maybe a tiny green glow. Ariados is supposed to be purple. This one looks almost like normal Ariados. Where's the cool looking purple Ariados? It was also in the early anime. Come on. Like if I didn't hear the shiny twinkle, I would think this is a shiny Ariados. Not a shiny Ariados.
The move fails.
It looks normal. Like maybe slight coloring differences, but if you would just put this model in front of me, I would say that's a standard Ariados. Especially because I know the shiny is supposed to be purple. Tackle. Not gonna do much, but considering it's just a Nidoran, it might do something. Alright, third Pokemon on Candice's side. Overquill! Unfortunately, this Quillfish doesn't evolve. That's the other Quillfish.
Who will become the victor?
Again, a move that would have been super effective on Hoppip. Actually, no, it's part flying. Would have been normal effective. No, the weakest base of total Pokemon on the opposing team is paralyzed. And it's just also there. You don't have to worry about it as much. Like, if you're going to target one thing, target the big one. So that the weak one stays in the field for a long time. Ooh, Seafly, that's a big move. Resisted, but Nidoran is gone.
It went down.
There's now a 5-4 lead for George. What can Hoppip do? I think this is the only non-poison type on Candice's team. Seadra. It actually has Poison Point. The entire evolution line, Horsey, Seadra, Kingdra, can have Sniper as their ability. Well, where Horsey and Kingdra have Swift Swim, that swaps to Poison Point for Seadra, and then back to Swift Swim when it evolves Kingdra. Parasound comes out, and that's usually bad for the person that's behind, which in this case is Candice. Assuming they all go down and together, Candice is left with 2, George is left with 3. I think this is the 3rd time we've seen Parasong in 4 matches. Pretty common. What would happen if Parasong is used while one's already active? Like, let's say the Paras count is 1. If Parasong is used again, does it fail because the old one's active, or does it reset it to 3? I'd have to test it. Just like how I don't know if, let's say you have Reflect on your side, but then you use Earthquake on your side. Is the Earthquake damage to your ally affected by the Reflect that's on your side?
Some massive damage.
Wait, the Ice Beam still came from his mouth. Not from the back. That looked weird. Huh.
Its attack missed. The count of Parasong falls.
2 more turns. Will we see a KO this turn? Let's say Seadra gets KO'd, then Hoppip and Ariados can start attacking whatever replaces it before the rest goes down to Parasong.
Its accuracy fell. Seadra restored its health.
Well, the recover's not gonna matter. Normally that'd be a really good move. But they're gonna go down to Parasol.
The move fails. Hoppip still can't pull off a move.
Hoppip does his best to just hit with inaccurate moves. I feel kind of bad for it.
Well, both corners still have a chance to win this. Who's going to take the glory? Big hit!
Oh, sure, yeah. Take out the Hoppip, why don't you? It was gonna go down anyway. At least to make sure the Hoppip doesn't get a turn to set up Toxic Spikes or Stealth Rock. Getting U-turn now would be amazing. Because that would save you your Pokemon, because that gets rid of the Parasol. Nope, they'll go down.
It missed the kick and hurt itself.
Hoppip went down on what was the final turn anyway. We will never know what Hoppip would have used. Unlikely that it meant anything. Because only Whirlwind or U-turn was really going to change the flow of the fight. Or Toxic Spikes or Stealth Rock, something like that. But this puts Candice on the final duel Pokemon while George still has 3 left. And a 1 Pokemon lead doesn't have to mean much, but the closer you are to the end, the more it matters. Candice is my queen. George has Sudowoodo.
Nidoqueen is sent out. Sudowoodo is sent out.
And Candice will also have Thorns, the Roserade, and it's Umbreon on George's side with Suicune, the strongest Pokemon in terms of base stat total in the entire match, still on the back.
The move fails. The sun's rays have suddenly intensified. Its speed rose. Its special defense rose. Well, both corners still have a chance to win this. What kind of developments can we expect to see next? That hurt. Hit. It's being ganged up on. Solid hit, but this is not a favorable matchup. The sunlight in the Colosseum is blinding. I wonder how this is going to affect the battle. The substitute appears. The move fails. It hit the substitute. Well, both corners still have a chance to win this. Who's going to take the glory? It hit the substitute. A smashing blow. Nidoqueen.
Nidoqueen, the sun was already up. You did that a few turns ago.
A clean hit. The battle rages on. Which corner will make the attack that could change the situation? The move
You've
fails.
already used Sunny Day. You don't have to set it up 3 times. Also, let's go pedal dance. That's big damage.
Smashing blow.
Well, it would have been. Except now. Did that miss Nidoqueen? Yes, it did. I was gonna say Nidoqueen should have taken the bigger
A brick
damage.
wall at the Coliseum.
And now Sun goes down, so now it would be useful to set Sun up again. At least the Sun weakened Mighty Water, which saved Rose Raid, but you didn't need to set it up 3 times.
Solid hit, but this is not a favorable matchup. Slide by Sludge Bomb.
Big stab, critical hit, Sludge Bomb. Sudowoodo down, making it a draw for now. 2-2. Pedal Down still active. Not much damage there, but at least it's some damage, I guess.
Nidoqueen.
Thing is, Nidoqueen is now confused and Rose Raid is at really low health. It is still looking better for George, but it's a Metronome battle. You never know what will happen.
Sent out. Well, both corners still have a chance to win this. What kind of developments can we expect to see next?
Could this be the final turn? Unlikely, but we'll see what happens. It would need a big hit on Nidoqueen.
A brilliant hit.
Belvane's pretty big. Miracle would have been nice in that Umbreon. So then maybe use a Psychic move next turn, but it's unlikely we'll see that combo.
It's being
Trying to
ganged
use
up
poison moves against Poison Squad. Alright. No
on.
poison damage, but there's
No,
confusion
it
damage.
attacked itself. The end of the battle
Not
is
looking
getting
too good for
closer by the
Candice right
minute.
now. Lowering Nidoqueen's attack stat, which does lower confusion damage as well. But when Nidoqueen comes to attacking physically again, that's going to lower the damage they take. Magnet Bomb, little damage. I like Magnet Bomb as a move. Which more Pokemon could learn it that actually had a good physical attack stat?
Suicune uses its move.
Because I'd like to use it on something like Magnezone. Also completely useless stock to spikes. Like, I'd like to use it with Magnezone, but Magnezone is really good special attack and very shitty physical attack. Judgment!
A small hit.
I'm so excited about Judgment, but Nidoqueen just dealing no damage. It's a cool move to see, but yeah. Something tells me that when Roserade's down, the fight's over, basically. It's not gonna be low power, but on 4 health, probably enough.
It hits.
Nope, because it's super low power. Lower the opponent's HP, the lower the power.
It hit 2 Pokemon
I think
at
max
once.
121 power if the opponent's at max health. Fight's not over, they're not hitting Roserade hard enough. Infusion's over Nidoqueen. If Nidoqueen can pull off the special moves. Or accuracy drops and the opponent keeps missing. At Metronome, the fight isn't over. Roserade was hit while at 4 HP. It has 2 HP left.
Attention is peaking.
And I said earlier that the Toxic Spikes were useless. One, because Candice is already on the final 2 Pokemon. And also all but one of them are Poison type. Which would have cleared the Toxic Spikes.
Its stats rose.
Only Seadra would have been affected by it if Toxic Spikes were sent out right before Seadra comes out. Still more damage than Nidoqueen would do with that. Especially now with the even more lowered physical attack due to Feather Dance. Takedown, that misses.
Suicune still
Roserade
can't
survives
pull
another
off
turn. What can Nidoqueen do? Watching the explosion. And then we tie. We get a second draw in 4 matches. I think maybe if Nidoqueen uses it, we wouldn't get it. But then they crit on Suicune and be fine. Nah, they don't want to take up Roserade, it seems. That allows Candice to still get 2 hits in. Screech. Lowering the defenses of
Its defense fell.
Umbreon. You want to hit a Drain Punch now. There was a Drain Punch earlier. Get some health back on the Roserade. Again, a hit on Nidoqueen. They're focusing on that.
It's being ganged up on.
Oh no, we can't take it out with a really low power ring out. Let's focus on the other one. Fire Blast. It's the wrong Pokemon. No, it is right. But it's still no damage.
The Colosseum
Special defense boost from Calm Mind helps Umbreon as well. Nidoqueen needs crits. Nidoqueen is not okay. Hyper Voice. Misses Thorns. Hits Queen, doesn't take it out. Fight's still not over. It's still 2 on each side. Extreme Speed.
It hits.
Some damage on Suicune. I think Candice can still win. The chances are just really low. They might just want to take the tie with Self-Destruct if they can. Man, the 4 times resisted, but on 2 health,
Rushing blow.
with a lot more power than Ring Out, yeah. Roserade's finally down. Poison Point comes into play,
Take it.
but it's too late because Petal Dance will keep going and we'll take out Nidoqueen next turn. Harris Song used now would have failed if I didn't change the rules after the first match. That would have been a way to force the tie
Countdown of the Paris song
if you
has
used it a few
begun.
turns ago, because now we already have Petal Dance active. This is not based on a chance. Petal Dance will be active for at least 1 more turn, and Nidoqueen is at low health.
The blue
This
corner
fight is
stands
over.
With their backs against the wall. Nidoqueen will be lucky to
Umbreon
get
gets
through
the
this
move.
crisis.
Is he gonna present heal them? No, Aeroblast. Umbreon wants the KO.
Blown away by
Umbreon gets the KO with
It
Aeroblast.
could take it. It's down.
2-0 victory for
The
George.
game is now over. It's an absolute victory for the red corner.
So that puts Gaming in the lead of that group, having won 3-0. Then George, and then Candice and I both have lost. Candice and I are going to face face against each other in the second round. So that's an interesting one.